Michael Gove, let's look at the Tory plans to begin with, because in a sense you're kind of defining the debate to which the other parties are reacting. You're a fan of the Swedish school system. You want to bring elements of the Swedish school system to here.
Elements, yes.
Right. Why would you want to bring a Swedish system which over the last 15 years has plummeted in international league tables in maths and science? Why would you want to do that?
Well, England has plummeted in international league tables in maths, science and English.
We're ahead.
The critical thing is that 3 separate academic studies, one by Uppsala University, one by Stockholm University, and one by Mikael Sandström, have demonstrated that the changes in Sweden that have come about as the introduction of what are called free schools, which are schools which have been set up by parents and teachers, have driven up standards in those areas. And the more free schools that you have in a specific municipality, the higher standards overall. So the specific reforms that Sweden has brought in those areas have helped drive up standards. The critical debate in Sweden, as I suspect you know, Andrew, is whether or not there should be superior external tests, like those that we have here at the end of primary school and at age 16, and whether or not they should reform the way in which the inspectorate operates. So within a context, certainly, where other countries have been improving as well, the sorts of reforms that we're borrowing from Sweden have been responsible for generating improvement, and those reforms, when they've been implemented in countries like America and Canada, have also generated improvement as well.
Well, you say that, but people understand that you go abroad and you look at best practice and you bring good ideas back to here. I'm still a little lost to understand why you would bring back ideas from a country which, in the most respected international comparison, the Timms one on maths and science, Sweden's in 15th place and England's already in 7th place. Why would you bring back practices from a country that's twice as bad as we are?
Well, 2 things. Firstly, Timms are not the most respected comparisons.
Well, it's one of the 2.
PISA are the most respected.
On the PISA study, Sweden does not come out well either.
Oh, no, but England has been going down significantly.
So
The critical thing
why
is...
Could I just ask you this?
Do you know which countries are
people who are
above
above us are China, Korea, Japan, Hong Kong. Why didn't you go to these countries to find out what to do right?
I have been, and I've also been to...
And you're not bringing back their ideas?
I am, because critically, one of the other things that we've been arguing about, which is something that they do in Finland and Singapore, is raise the threshold of teacher quality. One of the critical things that we've said is that you need to have an even better cohort of people in teaching, which is why we're the one party that's argued that you need to raise the bar on entry into the teaching profession, that you shouldn't have people in teaching who have 3rd-class degrees. They have to have at least a 2-2.
So why have you got a maths advisor who's got a 3rd-class degree? Called Carol Voderman.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing
under your rule, she wouldn't be a teacher.
Yes, no, she's not a teacher.
I mean, sometimes you get yourself into the most absurd positions, don't you?
No, because we've learned from what other countries have done and are applying them. I wouldn't say that that was absurd, Andrew.
But Carol would be a good teacher, wouldn't she?
Carol's a fantastic person.
Under your
agrees with our policy.
But under your system, she wouldn't be allowed to. She has a 3rd-class degree.
Yeah, but the critical thing is that we've borrowed from those countries.
Yeah, but maybe.
No.
I mean, it's a ridiculous position you've got yourself into.
Why is it ridiculous when we're learning from other countries that have been successful?
No, but because you've set the bar at saying if you have a 3rd-class degree, you can't have a teacher, then you hire as your maths advisor someone with a 3rd-class degree.
But she's a lovely person, Carol. She's done a wonderful job. In so many areas. But the critical thing, Andrew, is that you ask us whether or not we're going to draw from international comparisons, and we have. And we have in those areas which have helped us improve the quality of teaching.
Let Carol in. Let Carol in.
All right. Is that Lib Dem policy?
I think it would be, yes.
But aren't you